You was watching tables. You was waiting. What are we talking about? I changed your motherfucking life.
So Lil Yachty has been freaking out, especially on his IG lives, and he's actually freaking out for a good reason. So basically, he made the Concrete Boys. If you don't know the Concrete Boys, they're a rapper group that a bunch of rappers come together. They all dress like Yachty. They all rap kind of like Yachty in a sense. They all have a similar style to him, and he was actually their boss. Karrahboo was actually waiting tables before she was in this group, and that's why he brought them up and basically helped them out. She recently left this group, so that's why he's actually crashing out.
We have split ways with Kara as far as this concrete shit. I have nothing to say, nothing bad to say, nothing negative to say.
She was saying that she was getting bullied by the group and not really feeling like she was involved, but Yachty came out to expose that he actually wrote one of her biggest songs, and it's not looking good for her at all.
Off the dust, with that sack under my arm, stacking up a must. I crushed the fucking to the tusk, too geeked up to fuss. We like a boss, I'm not like them, they doing such and such. I was selling lemonade.
It's pretty clear that obviously Yachty is the producer for that track, and he made basically her verse the night before she actually went on the radar. And if you don't know the radar, that's basically where people go in there and freestyle, but no, there's no such thing as a freestyle anymore. Let's be honest. Everyone writes their stuff beforehand.
And time to time, you just disrespect me. I wrote every you've done. I dressed you. I dressed all 5 of y'all, bro.
So she's going in there and she's acting like it's her own song. And it's actually kind of funny because Genius actually did an interview with the Concrete Boys, and she actually explained the lyrics and how she came up with them, even though she didn't write them.
Move like a boss, I'm not like them, they doing such and such. How do I move like a boss? I just know what I want and I do whatever I need to do to get it. And I figure shit out and I stand on business. I don't need nobody to help me, like I could do it myself type vibe, like independent. I was just raised like that. Both my parents is like that. I was selling lemonade while y'all would double dutch. I used to scam, I used to trap, I never cuddle much. I had asthma, so I wasn't never double dutching, but I had to like find things to do.
So she's literally trying to describe the lyrics, how do I move like a boss? And then she proceeds to go, like actually thinking about how she moves like a boss. And that makes it look worse because she's obviously thinking about it and she has to think of something what to say on the spot, because you can see she obviously didn't think about it. She probably didn't because she didn't write her lyrics, and she has no idea why she said that because she didn't say that at all. And you can see the dude right next to her. He's actually kind of making a face like, come on, bro. We know you didn't write this, and you're actually sitting there like trying to act like you did. It's just a weird situation. I hate people that fake like that. It just doesn't make sense to me at all. But on Genius, I understand you have to, like, I guess, fake it up for the camera if you didn't write it. A lot of artists don't make their own music anymore, but I guess it is what it is. That was the only response Caribou actually said. He posted it to her Instagram story. Putting on your kid, I ain't write these songs, Miles. Stop the cap and leave me out your internet shenanigans. Posting her songs, saying that she wrote these and these are one of her bigger songs. And obviously she didn't circle the bottom one because that's where Yachty obviously has a reference track for that. And she says, stop bullying me, big dog. I never said nothing. You letting random fans get in your head. Man up. And I don't know why she said kid. Under my impression, I don't think Yachty has a kid from my knowledge, but I mean, she doesn't really have a response here. And obviously she's not going to circle the bottom one. Her music, it really isn't that good in my opinion, but I did like the off the radar or on the radar verse. So there is more to the situation. Actually, Yachty has a podcast with his friend Mitch that he actually made with him, and they got an argument while they were supposed to be interviewing Key Glock, another rapper, and it got pretty heated, basically saying that Yachty made him and he wouldn't be nowhere without him.
You didn't just start making beats, by the way. You've been making beats since who knows how long you've been making beats for, a very long time. All right, and up until about maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, what you spent a lot of time trying to find your steps.
Right.
But so
that's my point.
No. Imagine if you didn't have a friend who's already extremely successful to help you get on your feet. A lot of people don't have that. So what I'm saying is, what do you say? Because you didn't want to get a job. I never even suggested you get a job because I knew you wouldn't get a job.
It's shit you can tell.
What?
Even
what?
if
But
what I'm telling you,
think about yourself,
listen though. Even if then, that's the point I'm trying to make to you, bro.
What point?
Even if I wasn't doing shit righteous then, older now, so I would not tell it to do anything like I was doing back then, bro.
But
that's what I'm trying to tell you.
That's fine, but remove me from this situation. Remove me. I was never in your life. What the f would you have been doing?
So in that podcast, you can see Key Glock is obviously uncomfortable. This whole situation should have had happen behind closed doors. This is a private conversation. Y'all make up after the fact. And Twitter got a hold of this and they were saying, Yachty, oh, you're such a bad person. You're such a bad person. But honestly, if you think about what he's saying, his friend didn't do anything for like 3 or 4 years and he was just riding off Lil Yachty's coattail because he wanted to be rich and famous, not doing his own thing, but he was finding his way. And that's why he ended up getting on this podcast. And that's why he made it for his friend, because he wanted to help him out. So he put him on, just like the Caribou situation. He got everyone out the mud because he's rich and successful, and he's saying that he helps people and he basically just wants his flowers at this point. And I can understand where he's coming from. When I first saw this, I was like, man, he's kind of dickhead for this, but it is what it is. And you can't really take away for the fact that he did all this stuff, and that's actually more than a lot of people would do for their friends, and that's why he's actually crashing out right now.
Now to this Mitch situation, because Mitch got me fucked up. Y'all online talking about some Lil Yachty disrespecting his friend in front of Key Glock. Bro, I didn't even want to do a podcast, bro. I swear to God, I didn't want to do no podcast, bro. I didn't want to do no podcast, bro. Bro, Mitch came to me like, bro, I need to do something in life. I need to do something in life. Help me out. I said, all right, you know what? I'm gonna give you a platform. I'm gonna find someone to sponsor us, and I'm gonna give you a platform. We're gonna make a podcast, and I'm gonna show people how funny you are. I'm gonna show people how crazy you are. I'm gonna show people like how cool you are, and it's gonna give you a platform. You know what I'm saying? I ain't wanna do no motherfucking podcast, nigga. I'm a motherfucking rapper, nigga.
I mean, that's really wraps the whole situation. Yachty didn't want to do the podcast, and he was only doing it for his friend. Caribou got put on, and then she left and started try to accuse Yachty of like being bullied. But all the things he did was just try to help her. And honestly, I just think it's a whole weird situation. They're trying to come at Yachty, but Yachty just wants to prove to everyone that he made these people and he put them on for real. I appreciate you guys watching. Hit that sub button, hit the like button. I post videos like this weekly. Also trying to hit 400 subscribers, so I really appreciate if you guys hit that sub button down below.